Hello everyone, this is Mike Rempel from Another Set of Eyes with today's Excel Bytes blog post. And today we're going to take a look at how we can find the last number in a column. So here's an example of how we can use this function. I have a summary of my customers' accounts, Tom, Betty, and Fred, their customer and their amount due. And I have three tabs, one for Tom, Betty, and Fred, that shows their receivables and their transaction status. Fred has several transactions, he owes $50. Betty several, she's paid up in full and owns zero. And Tom has a balance of $55 based on his debits and credits. And you can see in the summary I have 55, 0, and 50. And we're going to show you two ways to accomplish this. The first way is using index and count to do it. And if we take a look at the index function, index will tell us it returns a value or reference of the cell at the intersection of a row and column in a given range. So our range, first start out, is Tom's list of balances. If I take a look at this, in column D, 3 through 11 in our chart, or in our little data range, is the list of the summary or the balances. So D3 through D11 is that array. The row number is going to be using the count function, and we're going to count the number of balances or number of items in that range D through to D11, and that's the row. The column, there's only one column of data, so it's the intersection of the number of transactions and the column, which is column 1. If we take a look at that function and do a test on the count function, hitting F9 here, we'll see that that number is 5. So if we take a look at Tom and go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the last number there. So intersection of 5 and 5, row 5, column 1 is the number 55, and that's what it's returning here. If we add one more transaction to Tom, say on 9, 6, 13, he paid another $40, so he's down to $15. You'll see now the balance is 15, and if I do a test on that, F9, it returns a 6 now. So it's giving us that balance, and that holds true for Betty and Fred also. The other method of approaching this is doing a lookup. And in a lookup, you're just looking for a specific number in a range. So in this case, the number that we're looking for is 9.99e plus 307. And what that represents is the largest number that Excel can handle. So we're going to look up that number in the range, and what Excel does when it can't find that largest number or big number, it returns the last number that it finds. So by using that function and that lookup with the large number in that range, D3 to D11, it's going to return the last number we find. In this case, 15, 0 for Betty, or 50 for Fred. The results are still the same. So here's a way where you can have a summary sheet of your receivables or some other function that you have, and two different ways to approach it, using index and count or using the lookup function and Excel's big number. I hope this blog post is useful for you. I appreciate your stopping by to watch it, and if you'd like to see more, please go to my site, excel-bytes.com, and feel free to subscribe to my blog. Happy excelling!